How many times have you looked at iPhone cases and you said, which one will fit the absolute best? Well, one of these is more of the noticeable kind. I've been buying a lot of this. I had this for the 13 mini. Now, a lot of people will look at these cases and say, what would you get a carbon fiber case for? Well, when you hold an iPhone, right, and I'm sure that's for any phone, when you hold the phone, it just feels slippery, right? Like you just want to feel some type of protection. Now, I'm going to show you that a lot of people say that these don't work for protection because they're so thin. I'm going to have to disagree. Now, I had dropped this phone on the corner up here in the shower. Now that kind of looks like it's chipped, but it's not. That's just dust from having the case on. And I'm going to show you the different variations of this. I'll provide a link to this one. This will be option 1. This will be option 2. This will be the final option. On all of these cases, except for this one, you'll notice that there's carbon fiber on the top up here. Now, these all are hard carbon fiber, but if you listen, you could kind of hear the carbon fiber on the inside. With this one, it's more flexible. This one is also like the first one. I don't know if the camera's picking that up or the microphone. This first case and the second case are extremely similar, right? You could see just that little bit of bend there. I did kind of mess that up, but not so much over here. Now, looking at these side by side, they're very similar, right? The port's a little bit bigger here, but even looking at the sides, you'll see that this one is more squared off. And on the back side is where it's really, really going to highlight the differences between them, right? This would be the first one, second one, third one. The issue I have with my phone is, the camera on the back of these it's tremendous. They're ridiculous. I don't know when we get to a point where they're not this big anymore, but they're very, very large, obtruse, and a lot of chargers won't allow you to put that on because, well, just the design of it. Anything that works with a 12 or a 13 may not work with this. It's a matter of how much can we protect the lenses. I do feel like Apple thought of that already, putting that glass there. This is not an Apple type of promotional thing. I'm a very avid Apple user. However, on this one, right, you have this kind of lip here. And what that lip does is the lip does, in fact, allow you, it's going to be a pain in the ass once I put it on to take it off. This is the tightest one out of all of them. So once you put that in, you'll see here that it does offer the protection for the camera. That one kind of recesses the cameras down and actually brings us out, so it makes it even more incompatible with a lot of wireless charging. Obviously, it's your best bet to plug something in, then charge it wirelessly. However, a lot of us are lazy and we just want to slap it on the charger. Notice the protection on the top here. Now, this one does not have that protection. This one does as well. And you could see that the fall, when it fell on hard tile, that it kind of dinged it up, but it didn't mess up anything on the inside. Now, I'm not saying that they're going to offer you protection like an OtterBox. These are a pain to get off, especially the first two, because there's zero flexibility. Zero. This is case 2, so I like this case better than this case. This is just way too big, way too bulbous. Like the protection on it. Again, this is the better option. This is option 2. So this is the second one. A little bit more flexibility, so that's snap-on. Again, you have protection on the top. You can see here that it fell right on the corner, no problems. Now, something worth mentioning is, if we zoom in a little bit here, you're going to notice that what we have is spacing between your flash and the case itself. You're going to get dust in there. You're going to get dirt. You're going to be eating some funnel cakes or some shit that's going to get in there. And it's the same thing. I think this is the sensor. It's the same thing for the other sensor. You'll also have that problem. I do apologize for a little bit of dirtiness. Same thing. So it's not a perfect fitment. But this one actually sticks out less than the first one. Okay, but it's good enough, right? You do see your ports. There's not a problem there. So we're going to go ahead and take this one off. So you see I just kind of grabbed the corner. Sorry about the bruise on my hand. That looks pretty bad. Okay. And then, go ahead and lock that. Then you have this one. This is actually a ladder case. Now, that snaps on very easy, right? However, you have no protection up here. None. No protection. So if you were to fall here, it would obviously damage the metal rim on the outside. It would have survived this fall. And you can see that they're very similar, right? Extremely similar. Same. I mean, it's almost the same pattern as well. It's a little weird. But the ladder case, now you'll see on the back that you don't have an issue with any type of gappage, right? It literally goes. I mean, it's good enough. It could have been a little bit tighter, but you do see that it still offers the camera protection, and it kind of looks cooler than that of this one. Now, the first one, to me, isn't really much of an option. This one looks cooler, but this is more expensive than this one, and not vastly more expensive. It's almost like the people that got this mold, they said, okay, we're going to spend a little bit more time with it. We're going to try to cut it out, but they didn't recess these down. If you want more protection, I would go with number 2. Keep in mind, you're going to have to take the case off. You're going to have to clean underneath there because funk will get in there. You could see that it did, in fact, take a fall, and it worked well. Again, it's not an OtterBox. It's really up to you. Do you want more protection? I'd go with the second option. Ladder case, if you don't mind not having any protection on the top. Again, when you're running this thin of a screen, I can't tell you how many times I've seen videos of people promoting cases because they got them sent for free. Me, on the other hand, I purchased these just like you would. And you'll see here you even have less protection here. Again, that's minimal. But as far as the case is concerned, this one is much more stealthy, cut out here versus on the other side. So this one does offer more protection than the ladder case does. But you do have a little bit more spacing. I may actually go back to this one. And of course, all of them, even the ladder case, are all made in China.